The story is all about a young student, Daniel, who moves into a new flat in London. But his big problem isn't some noisy neighbor. No, it's the neighbor who, according to literally everyone, doesn't even exist.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're not just telling a ghost story. We're going to dissect one. We're going to peel back the layers of a really terrifying tale to figure out the architecture of fear itself. How a simple story can be engineered to, really get under your skin. Okay, let's get right into it. It's a pretty simple question, right? But it really gets to the absolute heart of our story today. See, a house, that's just walls and a roof. But a home? A home is supposed to be your sanctuary. It's the one place you're supposed to feel safe. So what happens when that feeling gets violated by something you can't even see?
And that's our hook right there. The story is all about a young student, Daniel, who moves into a new flat in London. But his big problem isn't some noisy neighbor. No, it's the neighbor who, according to literally everyone, doesn't even exist.
Every good scare has to start somewhere. This is the setup. It's where the story lays all the groundwork, gives you that sense of normalcy before planting that first tiny, crucial seed of doubt.
So here are the key pieces of the puzzle. We've got our hero, Daniel, who's totally relatable in this classic spooky setting, an old London flat. Then we get this critical piece of info from the landlord. Hey, the flat upstairs? Totally empty. And it all kicks off on a perfectly normal, quiet, rainy night. It's a scene of complete, boring reality, which, of course, is the perfect canvas for horror.
And right here is where that foundation starts to crack. The story immediately gives us this powerful conflict between what Daniel's been told, logic, and what he's actually hearing with his own ears. The flat is empty, but someone is definitely walking around up there. And the detail, exactly 2:30 a.m., that suggests this isn't random. It's a ritual, a pattern that's about to unfold.
Okay, so now we move into the escalation phase. See, a really good ghost story, it doesn't just throw everything at you at once. No, it builds. It methodically turns that dial on the fear factor, taking you from just feeling a little unsettled to being genuinely terrified. Now look at this. This progression is just so clear and so terrifying. Night 1, it's just a sound from above. Easy enough to explain away, right? But night 2, the sound gets deliberate. The footsteps stop right over his bed, and then there's knocking. It's not just movement anymore. It feels like an attempt to communicate. By night 3, the threat has crossed a critical line, the one between their space and his. After that second night, Daniel does the logical thing, right? He asks the landlord. But check out this response. He doesn't just deny it. The story says he looks nervous. This detail is so important. It deepens the mystery, and it totally isolates Daniel. Is the landlord lying to him, or is he scared of the same thing? Either way, Daniel is now completely on his own with this. And that brings us right here, to the intrusion. This is that moment where the psychological barrier just shatters. The threat isn't safely contained upstairs anymore. It has entered Daniel's personal space. And this just shows that violation perfectly. Daniel, he's trying to be brave, decides he's going to face it. So he waits up. And sure enough, at exactly 2:30 a.m., the footsteps return. But the real horror here is the location. They're not coming from the ceiling this time. They are in the room with him. His sanctuary's gone. There's literally nowhere left to hide. So this leads us to the climax. The moment of direct confrontation. This is it. This is where the tension hits an absolute fever pitch, where Daniel finally has to face whatever it is that's in the room with him. The story just slows everything way down here, forcing us to experience this moment in terrifying real time with Daniel. He can't see a single thing, but he can hear it. He can track this presence as it circles him in the pitch black. The fear is all about the unseen, the unknown closeness. And then this. This might be the most terrifying moment of all. The movement just stops, and he knows exactly where it is now. It's just over his shoulder. It's this incredibly powerful moment of pure suspense, forcing Daniel and us to just imagine what he's about to see. So Daniel turns around. He braces himself for whatever horror is there, and he sees absolutely nothing. The room is empty. The silence is just deafening. But, as we're about to find out, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it isn't there.
It's later. Daniel's checking a recording he made on his phone, and that's when he hears it. A crystal clear, chilling whisper that he couldn't even hear in the moment. You are in my flat. This is the first direct communication, and it's a possessive, territorial claim.
And that one whisper builds to our final act, the twist. This is the big reveal that completely reframes everything we thought we knew, and honestly, it makes the whole story even more sinister.
So what was up there, really? The final scene gives us the undeniable proof. The flat above isn't just empty, it's derelict. It's covered in this thick layer of dust. I mean, no one has lived there, walked there, or knocked from there in a very, very long time. This confirms it. Daniel's experience was 100% supernatural.
But that's not even the real twist. As the story pans across that dusty floor, we see words scratched right into the wood. Downstairs is mine now. And just like that, the whole story snaps into focus. This was never about a ghost haunting its old space. This was a predator. The footsteps, the knocking, all of it was just a process of intimidation, a way to drive Daniel out. The entity wasn't trying to reclaim its old flat, it was trying to conquer a new one. Which leaves us with this final, really unsettling question. The story starts with Daniel being haunted in his new home, but it ends with the ghost successfully claiming that home for itself. It's a total inversion of power. So the question isn't just about a haunted house, it's about a successful haunting. Who is the real tenant, and who is the ghost now?